Cancer becomes truly dangerous not when it forms a tumor but when it spreads. This process of spreading from one part of the body to another is called metastasis, and it is responsible for the majority of cancer related deaths worldwide. Welcome to Biotechnology classes. In this video, we will explore exactly how cancer cells escape from a primary tumor, travel through the body, and establish new tumors in distant organs. Metastasis is the process by which cancer cells leave their original location and colonize distant tissues. For example, a breast cancer may eventually form tumors in lungs, liver, brain, or bones. Although cancer has spread, it is still classified as breast cancer because it originated in the breast tissue. Everything begins with the primary tumor. At first, cancer cells remain confined to their original tissue. The tumor grows locally as cells continue to divide uncontrollably. However, not all tumor cells possess metastatic abilities. Only a small subset acquire the characteristics necessary for invasion and spread. The journey of metastasis is often called the metastatic cascade. This process consists of several sequential steps. Cancer cell must detach from the primary tissue, invading surrounding tissue, enter blood or lymphatic vessel, survive circulation, exit into distant tissue, and finally establish a secondary tumor. Failure at any step can prevent metastasis. Normal cells are held together by adhesion molecule. One important molecule is E-Cadherin. Cancer cells often reduce E-Cadherin expression. As a result, they lose attachment to their neighbors and become more mobile. This is one of the earliest steps in metastasis. To become invasive, many cancer cells undergo a process called Epithelial-to-Mesenchymal Transition or EMT. During EMT, cells lose epithelial characters and acquire mesenchymal properties. They become more motile, more invasive, and better able to migrate those tissues. During EMT, cancer cell undergoes several important changes. Cell-to-cell adhesion decreases, cell mobility increases, cytoskeletal organization changes, and invasion behavior becomes enhanced. These changes prepare cancer cell for migration. Before spreading, cancer cell must cross a major barrier called the basement membrane. This thin extracellular structure normally separates epithelial from underlying tissues. For a cancer cell, crossing this barrier is a critical milestone. Cancer cells produce enzymes known as matrix metalloproteinases or MMPs. These enzymes degrade components of the extracellular matrix by breaking down surrounding tissues. Cancer cells create pathways through which they can invade. After degrading the extracellular matrix, cancer cells begin invading nearby tissues. This stage is known as local invasion. The tumor is no longer confined to its original location. Instead, cancer cells actively migrate into surrounding structures. The next challenge is entering circulation. Cancer cells penetrate nearby blood vessels or lymphatic vessels. This process is called intravasation. Once inside these vessels, cancer cells gain access to distant regions of the body. Cancer can spread through both blood vessels and lymphatic vessels. Many carcinoma initially spread through lymphatics. Other cancers commonly spread through blood circulation. Both pathways can eventually transport cancer cells throughout the body. The bloodstream is a hostile environment. Cancer cells face mechanical stress, immune attack, and loss of attachment signal. Most circulating tumor cells die. Only a tiny fraction survive long enough to establish metastasis. Cancer cells use multiple strategies to evade immune destruction. Some clog themselves with platelets, others suppress immune responses around them. These adaptations improve survival during circulation. Eventually, surviving cancer cells leave the bloodstream. This process is called extravasation. The cell attach to vessel walls and migrate into surrounding tissue. They now have reached a potential secondary site. Arriving at a distant organ is not enough. Cancer cell must successfully colonize their new environment. This is often the most difficult step of metastasis. Many cells arrive but very few establish permanent tumor. More than a century ago, Stephen Paget proposed the seed and soil hypothesis. According to this idea, cancer cells are the seeds and organs are the soil. Metastasis occurs only when the seed finds suitable soil for the growth. Different cancers often show preferences for specific organs. Breast cancer commonly spreads to bone, lung, liver, and brain. Colon cancer frequently spreads to the liver. Prostate cancer often metastasizes to bone. These patterns are not random. When colonization succeeds, cancer cells begin dividing again. A microscopic cluster gradually develops into a detectable secondary tumor. This new tumor may continue to grow and spread further. Most cancer deaths result from metastatic disease rather than the primary tumor. Multiple organs become affected simultaneously. Organ function deteriorates, making treatment much more challenging. Modern medicine uses imaging techniques to detect metastasis. These include CT scan, MRI scan, PET scan, and ultrasound imaging. Early detection can significantly improve patient outcome. Metastatic cancer are often more difficult to treat. Cancer cells in different organs may behave differently. Genetic therapy and drug resistance further complicate therapy. Researchers are developing therapies designed to block metastasis. Potential strategies include targeting EMT, inhibiting invasion, preventing angiogenesis, and strengthening immune responses. Metastasis is a multi-step process. Cancer cells detach, invade, enter circulation, survive transport, exit blood vessels, and establish secondary tumors. Each step requires remarkable adaptations. Metastasis is not a random event, it is a highly coordinated biological process that transformed a localized tumor into a systemic disease. Understanding metastasis is essential for developing better cancer therapies. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more advanced biology content. In our next lecture, we will explore why cancer cells become resistant to treatment and how drug resistance develops over time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.